So, we join our intrepid hero once again in a motor vehicle on his way to someplace. He's normally going someplace to do something that's often quite cool and very exciting. And I think of a name that's come into my head, and it's topical, it's relevant, kinda. It's Mattlock. The name itself kinda screams anonymity to me, to a certain extent. Yes, I'm fully aware of, what Mattlock is. Mattlock is the SCW hardcore champion. Mattlock is, doing okay. But, there's something about Mattlock that means I don't know who he is. Like I said, I know what he is. He's a wrestler. He's a hardcore champion. But who is Mattlock? What defines him? I haven't really been able to think of anything. Look at the other guys you got around SCW. Just have a little think. I mean, you've got Adrian Spectre, who is, as we all know, a psychopath. He can't talk, and he sets himself on fire. And then you have Insomnia, who, he hates everybody, and he kicks them around a lot. Then there's Dougie Fresh, maniacal, religious type. MDK, loves power, loves being a dick. The list can go on. That's what I'm saying. But what is it about Mattlock? What is his defining characteristic that makes him stick in the memory of his opponents and the fans? That's what I'm struggling with. I can't think of something that makes me think, wow, that's so Mattlock. There's nothing, really, except maybe like a blank piece of paper or something like that. I don't know. So, he's like that guy, he's like the hero of a movie when you don't want the hero to win. He's like the guy that you just can't get behind. I'll tell you who he is. In direct contrast to myself, he is the kind of guy who you don't buy a t-shirt of, because he's never said anything interesting. There's no money coming out of Mattlock's mouth every time he talks. Not like me. Think of the things that have come from my ramblings and my general personality. Team Dorling and 2012, the year. I mean, how obvious is that? It's easy. It's not exactly marketing genius, but hey, it's on 1 million t-shirts people are wearing right now. But what the crownless king? The crownless king is like saying the armless sword fighter, or the headless chicken. I don't know. There's something about Mattlock that it doesn't excite me. Now, this isn't me saying that Mattlock is a wrestler that I can't take seriously, or that I won't try my hardest against. What the hell is this asshole doing here? Don't be such a dick, man. Just drive. Useless. Anyway, I mean, Mattlock, he's proven his ability, of course, but not his marketability. I don't really know where I'm going with all this. This isn't the usual thinly veiled threats and promise of destruction. I just wanted to muse on the subject of Mattlock for a little while. Got a drive ahead of me. It's something to do, I suppose. Even that, though, I'd rather, thinking about it, I'd rather just be singing along with the stereo, thinking about it. I'm boring myself. That's very hard to do. I'm not a very boring man. I'm a very exciting individual. You know, I mean, I often have random thoughts, and it happens all the time. You know, what would be like if Dougie Fresh had red skin and was made out of plasticine? What would it be like if Spectre got his tongue back, but we lost all of ours, so he was the only one that could talk? I don't know. What would it be like if Sabra Nikolaev, you know, the dangerous Russian lady, what would it be like if someone zapped her and she became a poodle? Would she be a vicious poodle? Would she meet her own demise by attacking things too big because she's just a little poodle? These are things I think of, and I don't at any point think of Mattlock. Not one time did I think of Mattlock in my random musings. You know, he's a good guy, I suppose. I guess. You know, he does things. He does things in tournaments and things like that. But I don't know. There's just something about him that doesn't excite my bones. Doesn't excite my bones at all. Even McWeeny has a sliver of individuality and interest to him. Even that greasy, long-haired, attention-craving man whore, you know, at least he had like a backing band, an Original Sin, I guess. So, I don't know. This week, it's going to be hard, it's going to be difficult, but it has the potential to be pretty dull, I think, to be honest with you. I just don't know enough about Mattlock. He doesn't really say anything. He kind of like shows up and wrestles and goes home, you know, which is fine, I guess, if that's what you want to do. But surely the payoff of putting yourself through the pain of wrestling is then you get to interact with the people that pay to watch you wrestle. You know, I wouldn't, if there was no fans, I'd probably do something a bit easier on my body. But I don't know. There's method to his lack of madness, I suppose. He's got a bit of gold round his waist. Evidently, though, the crownless thing hasn't got anything round his head. But, you know, I just struggle, that's all. I just struggle to think of anything constructive or deconstructive to say about someone. It's like trying to analyse a plank of wood for its merits and its failings, really. I know, look at this plank of wood. What do you like about this plank of wood? Well, I don't know. It's a plank of wood. I like that maybe you can stand on it, or you can turn it into a door, or you can, I don't know, put it with another plank of wood and make like a longer plank of wood. I don't know. And then what don't you like about the plank of wood? Well, I don't know, it's kind of woody. It's not long enough. I think it should be a longer plank of wood. You can't drive a tank on one plank of wood. It would break. Planks of wood sometimes give you splinters, which mean you have to like sand them and varnish them, and that's work, man. I mean, why would you have something that you had to sand and varnish so that it didn't stab you in the finger? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying Mattlock is going to give me splinters. Because I think he is. And I'm not saying that he's unable to support the weight of a tank, although he probably is unable to support the weight of a tank. I don't know. Did you ever think that maybe it would be awesome if we were all cartoons? Did you ever think that it would be crazy if, like, the world was like a cartoon? So, like, you could run on the spot really quickly, and dust would come up, and your feet would be really quick, and then you could like jump massive distances, and you just like vanish, and a little puff of smoke would come out the bottom. But when you went down to find out that you were dead, you actually weren't dead. You were just like buried like neck deep in sand, and there's little stars spinning around your head. That'd be kind of cool, I guess. I think if Mattlock was a cartoon, he'd probably be Buzz Killington. Or, I don't know, which one was the gay Transformer? Anyway, I think, yes, I think for the rest of the day, I'm going to pretend that I'm in a cartoon. Possibly when I stop driving, though, that could be dangerous. I'm just going to leave you with that, though. Wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be awesome if everybody was a cartoon? And not just like a cartoon of yourself, but like a stylized, characterized version of yourself. So like, Insomnia wouldn't just be a guy with like long hair and shoes that hit you in the face. He would be like, I don't know, maybe he'd be an undertaker, and he would show up and make jokes at funerals and stuff, and talk to corpses and things. And maybe like Dougie Fresh would be like I don't know, like when Peter Griffin made the church, was it for Elvis or something like that? And everyone went to it and then they left again. Yeah, that would be like that. Anyway, yeah, cartoons. Wouldn't it be awesome? Think about that. I'm going to go now because I have a very tricky corner coming up, which is at least 7 degrees to the right. Cartoons. Awesome stuff.